There he is.
Hello. Wait, am I on? Why am I? Okay, hold on here. There.
Oh,
Hi, David.
oh my God, it's been like 356 years.
I know, right? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Doing okay.
You look great.
Oh, thank you. As same as you. You haven't changed. So look at you.
It's all the face work.
Ah, boy.
No, I'm gonna look like Katharine Hepburn when I'm old.
Okay. With that said, what's your favorite tree?
An oak. When I think of San Francisco State, one of there are a few faces that pop into my head, and yours is like right there. It's just, I always think Ray Santos, you are one of the most talented, incredible actors. I remember right after college, it seemed like, boom, you got right on that Broadway stage.
Oh, that was lucky. I was very lucky for that to get into that. You know, yeah, only because I've never, had I not seen that little blurb on the Examiner, I would not have gone to that audition. So
what was
it?
So
when I say lucky,
in the San Francisco Examiner, there was a blurb?
Yeah, it was this big. And I can't find it. I was in this Marie Kondo tidying up phase, and I was looking all over for it, but I couldn't find it. But it just said, looking for Asian American actors and actresses to be in an upcoming show on Broadway. They didn't mention what show it's for. So yeah, that's how that started, and that was like in 2-3 years before I actually found out I got it. But yeah, it's been a process.
Yeah.
With that. But thank you for thinking of me when you think of San Francisco State.
Well, you know, I mean, going back to San Francisco State, that's where we met. That's where we were in the drama group.
Musical theater.
Like theater group, I know.
Yeah, theater. Yeah, but yeah. Wait, what about the drama? I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
No, and there was drama. But no, that was with one of my roommates in the dorms. But we won't go into that.
Okay.
Oh
my God, I've never heard of this.
You didn't? You go into Verducci. No, it wasn't Verducci. It was, I think, Park Place, Mary Ward. I don't know, one of those dorms. And they said, "What is your, what do you, what's your major? What do you love to do?" And I said, "I love drama. I love acting." And they gave me drama. They gave me this real big football player who got drunk on weekends and put his fist through bathroom walls. Can't even say it.
The hell?
I know, he like beat up his best friend. And luckily I was gone for the weekends. I would go visit my family. And so I got back. They said, "What happened to your roommate?" And I said, "Why?" And he took me to the restroom. There's this big hole in the wall. And then I walked to my dorm room, and there he is with a big cast on, and he's sitting like this. But we got along, except he started growling at me during finals. So I thought I better move after that.
Wait, really? Like,
he really did that? I pretended I was asleep, and it was like going, like King Kong.
And that was not his snore.
No, he, I don't know. But, we didn't find out his issues. I had enough of my own. So.
Wow. Go ahead.
I know, right? Right?
Yeah, right.
I have to, I want to go back to San Francisco State because you were in so many amazing shows. You have this voice that's like, one I was saying, think of a word that I think of Ray, and I don't know what the first word that came to my mind was majestic. I don't know why.
Wow.
It
Oh,
was this, you have this magic about you. And I remember, I mean, I remember you in a lot of work, but the one thing that came to my mind was Torch Song Trilogy.
yeah. Okay. That was one of my favorite. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say, that is probably one thing that I will not be able to play anywhere else. I'm grateful to be able to do that
Yeah.
in state. But yeah, that was an incredible experience for me, and also my first time in drag. So, you know,
And after that, you just went, hey, I like this.
so what are you saying? Uh,
Oh, I
yeah,
love it.
no, yeah,
Well, it
but
was such a
yeah,
good performance. I mean, and such a, it was such a powerful show, that particular one.
yeah, Mr. Farstein did an incredible job with that one. Plus, also, I had a good cast that I can work off of, especially with Francine and Jeff, and Fontana.
Oh my
But
God,
so
right.
it was an experience. Talk about drama. Uh, but it was all around positive experience for me. And the first thing I just said when I found out I got the partner, like, oh my God, there's so many words.
Well,
There's so many words.
that, I mean,
Being
the
in lyric
monologues in
theater.
that show.
Yeah.
How do you do
Yeah.
something like that as an actor? Because we have over 100 students watching, and
Oh, whoa. Hello. Okay.
yeah,
Um,
Performing Arts Studio West, Meet the Biz, and not live, but Memorex. But
right.
how do you, when you get the script that it's like mostly you, how do you take it?
How do I take it? Well, I read the script first of all, and then thank you to Miss Lynn Barbara Mahler, I beat it. So meaning the whole process of cutting down each sentence and then trying to figure out what my story is just for that one line. I applied that because it worked for me when it seems like I'm saying my my resume here, but no, that process helped me out when I got Evita, and it was all music.
Oh,
So I did not know how to do, how to really work around it, and being a newbie there, that was like my first year in SF State. So when she taught me about beating the script, she had me had the lyric and on the music, and I wrote it on the opposite side of it, and I treated that like a script. And again, I it's set up in different beats.
yeah.
So what I and that's where I put my why in, and why am I saying those lyrics? So I applied that with Torch Song, because yeah, I would have been a mess, because seriously, I just say, wow, there's a lot of words in here to memorize. But yeah, slowly but surely, I had to break it down, and also reading the other characters' lines. I was, yeah, because it used to be for me, it's like bullshit, bullshit, my line, bullshit, bullshit, my line, but but it doesn't work that way. And also by doing that, it helped me create a good outline for Arnold. You
Right.
know, uh, so yeah, that was a challenge, but it was something new.
Yeah.
And the most important thing about that was I had to keep myself open for it. You know, especially with the theme of it, of being a gay man,
Right.
which I haven't really been out at that point to my parents.
Right.
So
How
yeah,
did they, when they saw the show, how did what did they say?
well, I told them, hey mom, it's a Tony Award winning play. It's not a musical. You're not going to see it, but it's a gay character. I'm just letting you know about that. And there are a lot of actions that he does that you may not, as a Catholic Catholic family, may not approve of, but just know that I'm telling a story. I'm telling a story of what Ari Farstein wanted to share with the audience. So I kind of eased into it with that. And whether or not they saw it, but they said congratulations, but you know they really did not want to talk about it, but they just said that, you know, they loved the show and they loved my performance in it, and she said, I didn't know you had it in you, which is, you know, I don't know for all actors, but you need a mother's approval.
Right.
But yeah, this one right here needed that at that point to feel valid, or to validate myself as to why I picked theater.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you said, and stop me if I'm throwing stuff out, but you said at that time you weren't out to your folks.
No, I was not out to my folks.
Yeah. Did that help in any way by doing that show, do you think?
It helped me in a way that I was able to embrace the fact that I'm gay. But as far as with my mom, it was still, it's not because of her, it was my journey. Yeah. You know, we were very religious. We were still going to church every Sunday. And that's where it was tough for me to think, okay, here's a God that I look up to. And yet some of the people are saying, you know, being the way you are is a sin. So it was hard for me to go to church knowing that I'm gay, but that's the only way for me to pass or be good in life. Yeah, I mean, it was heavily instilled in all of us as far as what homosexuality is and how it's looked down upon, you know, Catholic Church, and also a very religious Filipino family. You know, it's they did what they knew then, and I did not actually come out to them until I went to New York, where I actually left and there was distance, and so I was able to find my own self, and where I'm actually in a space where I'm happy. Yeah. And it doesn't make sense to not share my joy and happiness with you know, by not telling my parents. That it did not make sense for me, but it was I had a good support group here in New York. Yeah. You know, and yeah, and I will have to say thank you for Stephen and Steve Sutherland and Steve Trigoli, because they were the very first gay couple, you know, that I've met, and who I, you know, we're almost the same age, you know, and I looked up to them, and they were actually, that's what made it easier for me as far as playing Arnold, because Arnold was always looking for that perfect couple that he doesn't think that he's never going to get. And so hence Stephen and Steve was kind of like the impetus of what I wanted to convey as far as what Arnold needs, what Arnold wanted. And hopefully a lot of people can relate to that.
Well, I'm listening to what you're saying, and it's bringing back, when you mentioned Steve and Steve, these are two amazing strengths in that department, that theater department, and that group that we had. I mean, and it brought me back to that word that I said at the beginning, the majestic. It's something magical about that time that we all went through.
Yes, and part of it is because it was a sense of community. that it was a safe space for all of us to play and to do something that we usually would never do, you know. But you got to talk about Majestic, Stephen Frugoli's voice. Oh, yeah, that it's just nice that we were able to inspire one another.
Yeah,
you know.
Well,
can I go? Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. What?
Well, I wanted to go a little bit off tangent.
Yeah.
To thank Aaron Kate Whitcomb, who's also a fabulous, talented woman, who's the funniest thing ever.
Yeah. I tell you, during the pandemic, she has kept me alive. She was one of the people who kept me alive with her humor on Facebook when she would post her videos. And I was, thank God for Aaron Kate.
Okay. Not to say anything, but it was funny because during that time, I promised myself that I would do a Facebook Live every day just to say something, you know, and I love the fact that Aaron Kate caught it. And then when she first said it, she called me out on it. And yes, I have been looking forward to her Facebook Lives ever since, you know, because that's the kind that one is a great example of someone who's very comfortable in their skin, and be able to convey, even through just media, you know, to be funny, and you feel for her, and also she had that confidence always.
Yes, she did.
Right. And just also she was my beard as far as for my parents concerned, because
and now you have one of your own.
Yeah, I'm trying. Peach fuzz. Just like peach fuzz. Yeah. Yeah, so that's there. Sorry, did I just like
no, I love it. Listen, I just go on the ride, you know, and I just, you know, it's like a Disneyland ride. I don't know, something like that.
It was, and also some of the classes and some of the exercises that we did there, and some of the all of the performances. It was a ride. It was a trip to see, you know, and also that sense of camaraderie, yes, and also your ego kind of gets into the way. I'm like going, I can do that.
I can do that.
Or like, I wonder if they're judging me right now.
Oh my
and
God.
The answer is, yeah, they are.
Yeah. That's so interesting. You felt like that, because I always saw you and I said, oh my God, you're just so, you know, I was always like, I felt that way inside. I think everybody probably, well, not everybody, but a lot of people felt that way inside.
I felt, you know, I really didn't know you my first year there. But for someone who just came from you know, USF in a different major, and just my friend of mine just said, hey, there's auditions for Vita, you know, and we're going to go in there next semester, so why don't you audition?
So you had a different major?
Yes, I had a different major. I majored in mass media at USF, only because I figured, all right, I wanted to be a recording engineer. And I was going through all of that with math, and I'm like going, oh my God, what the hell am I doing? And then I realized, oh, I don't want to be the one behind the recording booth. I want to be the one in the front on the mic. And so that's where I just said, oh my God, my parents are going to kill me about this. Because, you know, I mean, it was the closest I had to really sell that recording engineer thing, you know, and then having to just say back, and I said, listen, Mom, he always told me that I could sing and that I'm very talented. So why I would love to do this, you know. And I did have pushback with that one. And she also said, you know, if you really, really want this, you have to put in as far as for paying for tuition. And so, yeah, And that's where, again, was kind of like my test of, is this what I want to do?
Yeah.
Is this,
Well, I have to
and
say, I mean, thank God that you did go that way, because we were all blessed with how you, again, you got out there, you went to New York, and we didn't even mention the play before, but Miss Saigon. I mean, what was
yeah,
that? So it took you I'm going back to what you said before. It
uh,
took you 3 years, and then
yeah.
they call you up, and then how did
Well,
that happen?
okay, okay. You want me to tell you the whole process?
Eh,
Uh,
okay.